All right, so it looks like we got another video of Joe Biden's brain melting once again. This one is actually getting really bad. This one's probably even worse than the other ones. And so he's doing one of his lives. And so basically what I explained to you guys is the goal of the Joe Biden administration, or the campaign at this point, what they're trying to do now is they are trying to do a lot of these live streams and just have a lot of him speaking, because basically it'll prevent hyper scrutinization of any one piece, and so people won't be so quick to jump onto a single piece of a single interview he does. And so that's what they're trying to do, but it's not really working right now. And so we've got some pretty incoherent ish going on here. Check this one out.
But there's a lot more. For example, I think there's more we're going to have to do as we go down the line here. But we're going to, for example, additional checks to families conditions should be required. But I think there's a minimum of. Anyway, I won't go into all that. Let me just deal with your specific.
This guy is reading off of notes. He's reading off of notes, and he can't finish a coherent thought. Let that sink in for a second. Let me read you the quote, all right, written out. Additional checks to families should be conditioned, should be required, but I think there's a minimum of. Anyway, this is Trump level stuff. Like, this is one of Trump's quotes that you would look at. Is like, you write it down what he says, and then you read it over. You're like, wait a second, this is not coherent. This doesn't make any effing sense. What the hell is going on here? Seriously, this is not somebody who should be the Democratic nominee, let alone be president of the United States, or leading the response to CV. You seriously think that Joe Biden would be the right person to have the response to CV when a key thing is communication to the public during a crisis like the one that we're facing right now? And you think that this would be the person to choose? He can't even speak. He's reading off of notes. He can't even form a coherent thought off of his own goddamn notes. He's literally reading something and he can't form a coherent thought. How in the hell is he going to be able to do anything if he can't read off of notes to form a coherent thought? How is he going to be able to give a speech where he can finish his sentences? And this is pretty scary because he's our nominee. As of right now, it's what it looks like he's going to be. And the Trump campaign is already using this against him already, like literally right now. So you're feeding them basically ammo is what you're doing. That's literally what you're doing. But this is scary stuff, man. I've never been sort of in a more scared situation when it comes to politics than having a candidate who can have dementia. I mean, how do we know when he's elected president he's not going to become, he's not going to, launch nukes at Russia because he thinks it's the Cuban Missile Crisis and JFK just told him to launch nukes because the Russians are about to drop them? You really can't, because this guy's absolutely nuts and insane. He's literally filled in Theresa May with Margaret Thatcher not once but twice. So, yeah, definitely not a good look, fam.